Hey there, sweetie. How you doing? Sure, it's Wednesday today. Uh, hmm, I don't know. I'm feeling a lot more heart space today. That's just because I allow myself to, open up my heart space a bit instead of being in the in the throbby brain space. I'm here in the throbby heart space. So there's that. I'm coming at it from an angle, thinking about, you're thinking about the, like, the addressing your shadow, addressing your, you know, aspects of yourself, or just parts of yourself that you project onto others and all such things. And like, it's a normal human thing, and you don't have to be so critical, self-critical all the time about like failing to do the proper methodry or whatever, or not progressing in life, or looking back upon you, reflecting on your life. You're not looking back to bring it now, but you gotta look in the past and recognize the patterns of your life. I mean, these things still affect you regardless, and it is overwhelming sometimes. Uh, I don't know. You consider yourself where you're at, I don't know, because like I recognize for me, from my youth up, I've had a lot of worms in the apple of my mind from a young age, and these worms, they're they're what they are, and the apple in my mind is what it is. It's a beautiful, it's a beautiful worldly thing. This mind, and so is yours. And we get brain worms. Not literally. We're not literally talking about brain worms. We're not RFK, okay? We're talking about like the things that you consume, media wise, or the people you are around and your influences and these things that negatively affected you and your mind for a while now. And and looking at those things and not being like, that is the like you're the freaking reason why my brain's messed up, kind of deal, or like blah 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 blah. And it's really easy to do that. It's really easy to make that link, and nobody can be blamed for that, because that is a very reasonable position to take. Is recognizing that the people, places, and things that you have been around and been in and consumed and all that made your mind not healthy. It's a very reasonable to look at those things and be like, that is the problem. But you get to a point in your life where taking responsibility for it, and recognizing also that taking responsibility is not the same as taking the blame, but taking it in your hands and being like, this is the thing that messed me up, and am I gonna be blah all day? I hate this thing, I hate this person, I hate this place, I hate this blah 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 brainworm things, these worms in the apple of my mind. Or what do? What do worms do? What are worms good for? Well, they fertilize the ground, right? You take those worms, you put them in new dirt, bro. You put them in some new dirt. Let them eat up the stuff. they're poopy, they'll fertilize the ground. Or, you know, if you really want to, you can take these worms, hook them on a line. And you might just catch a new fish with them. You know what I mean? There's no use in going back and killing your worms. You know, if you got worms, this is such a bad analogy. But like the worms, man, they're useful. These little shadows, these little demons, these things that mess you up, or these things that you can look at and be like, that's the problem. I recognize that they are opportunity for growth. For growth. I don't know. You know, whatever. It's a wild ride out here. And you know, some of those shadows, some of those things that you're healing from, especially going through that process, this process of healing, especially in today's age, where it's very just sick out there. I mean, because what is the internet, right? People get on there, myself included, have gone on it. And you just start blasting off just sick, just ick on there, and that worms into other people's brains too. That's why you gotta be mindful about the things you say and do online. But you also gotta be like patient and kind of compassionate with yourself for that too. Because we're all a part of it, you know. But I don't know. I'm just saying. I don't know. I'm in a different mood today than I was the other day. The other day I was like, I'm getting on here frickin', I'm pissed. Because like I've been so tightly bottled up and there's personal things going on in my life. Personal stuff that like I haven't addressed with the people in my life. So you know that comes up to a point where it's like I don't know how to get into a position where I can do that. Because I've been laid up. You know? I've been laid up after fighting battles that are a little big for my britches, you understand? But things that shouldn't even be battles, mind you, but hey, that's how people operate, right? I have a problem with you! I have a problem with you! And then it's like, wait. This whole thing was supposed to be like a discussion, but we're all happy and dandy dory now, aren't we? You know what I mean? That's just how it is, bro. It's been human nature for so long. You know what I mean? Just groups of people just wandering together. And they're like, what the hell? Look, there's other people over there. We'll be cautious. You take that stick right there. I'll grab this rock, alright? We're gonna come up there and be like, hey! What are you doing in our territory? And they're like, well, we're just here freaking wandering, bro. Blah, 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 blah. Alright. Come hang out then. We got a bunch of stuff. We got a bunch of people. Yeah. Alright, yeah. Meanwhile, in the background, they're like, look at these idiots. They're letting us in our territory. We're gonna steal their snacks. We're gonna steal their snacks. Hey, alright. Hey, where my food at? And then they start snickering away, bro. And I'm motherfucker. And they're like, throw rocks, oh. And it's just a fight now. You know what I mean? And it's like when we all just came together, we were gonna share our food, bro. You know, big dude who was making dinner back there, and he comes out and it's just a mess of people fighting. He's like, "What the fuck, bro? Weren't we gonna hang out?" And like the other guy's like, "Yeah, we were, bro. But these freaking idiots, they started fighting, and now we gotta like go our separate ways. I'm sorry." But you know, hey, talk about it, right? There's humanity. There's human nature. We go through this all. We've been doing this since the beginning.